To be real with it, it's like I felt bad because it's like he just, it's like Jada, just shut up, okay? Just shut up. Just get off the table talking about who you had sex with. Just shut up. That's what that smack was really for Jada. But y'all know it's fair. Like it wasn't Chris Rock's face up there. He couldn't hit Jada because he knows Jada will whoop his. Jada might really get whooped. And compassion, conviction fills my heart as evermore. Iniquity has left me all alone. And desire turn my soul so slow. Without you, I would have never known mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, compassion. Listen, you give me out when I'm straight. Everlasting love I never seen. Kept me from the enemy at hand. Even when my life was disordered, can't keep on living my life this way. My spirit cries out to your name. The hell out my hands are high. I'm not to you, oh yeah, mercy. Conviction fills my heart as evermore. Iniquity has left me all alone. I desire turn my soul so slow. Without you, I would have never known mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, salvation. Capture me and turn my life around. Wash me clean and make me whole again. Show me how to right my sinful way. Establish your presence within this place. In the air, I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, can't keep on living my life this way. My spirit cries out to your name. The hell out my hands up high, all unto you, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now. Give me mercy. Have mercy, Father. Have mercy on Jacob. Have mercy on your servant. Mercy in the air. I declare, oh God, mercy in the air. I declare right now, mercy in the air. I declare, oh God, mercy in the air. Mercy in the air. Mercy in the air. Mercy in the air.
Mercy in the air. Yes. Shalom, Israel. It's your brother New Breed coming back with that spiritual voltage that you signed up for. Let's get it. Oh, let's get it. All praises to the Most High, the God of Israel. And you know what? In case you're wondering who sang that song right there, that's Dawid, also known as Brandon T. Jackson. But y'all better go by Dawid. It's an artist name. Musicians know what I'm talking about. There's an artist name, there's a stage name. You got to separate the two, right? But Dawid came with that heat. Mercy in the Air. That joint right there definitely got all kind of island vibes popping. And speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Spiritual Jamaica Retreat coming. A lot of y'all have heard the details, or read the details rather, on my community section. If you're interested, in the description box, you will see a phone number that requires a WhatsApp download. Get that and tap in, right? And shout out to Millie Merch for holding it down, in case y'all wondering what the threads is reading. It says, the world is yours. The world is yours. Millie Merch always holding it down for the brother. They got some high-end urban gear, and I like it a lot. You know, instead of getting Ticini and Versace and all of those things, I like to support my melanated people with their clothing lines. And you know, people don't be wanting to support people because their prices be a little bit high to start off. But you know, y'all got to understand, we don't really be getting business loans like that. It's hard for us to acquire storefronts and things like that. So you know what? Pay your people, because you would pay it to Versace, man. So shout out to Millie Merch for holding it down with the nice urban fly gear. Man, we got a very, very paramount, I'm talking about momentous occasion for today for y'all. And we're going to be having a special guest today. I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, the Percy Jackson series. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we talking about Roll Bounce. I know all y'all have seen Roll Bounce quite a few times. Man, we talking about Lottery Ticket. Brother had a very powerful performance there. Not to mention his stand-up comedy. He just paving the way for real conscious, spiritually uplifting brothers to actually have a lane. See, he's actually paving a way for some comedy for the conscious folks, you know, for those who in truth. So that's just, it's an honor to be building with that brother. And a lot of y'all know there's a lot going on in the world. Yeah, somebody said it in the chat, Lottery Ticket was pure gold. It sure was. Sure was. The best scene in the whole entire movie, Brandon T. Jackson, Bow Wow on the roof scene. And Brandon T. Jackson, he said to Bow Wow, see, you don't know me yet. If I misquote it, brother, you can reenact it when you get on here. Because that was a powerful scene. We got to captivate that. I can't do what he did. I can't do what he did. That's an art to that. But he said, if you knew me, that's just it. I would have gave back to my people if I had it. Oh, you can feel the tension in the theater. And that was a cutting edge phrase right there, because it holds value to this very day. Isn't it interesting how sometimes art can imitate life, or life can imitate art? Most High definitely has a sense of humor with how he pieces this puzzle together, how he coordinates his true leaders and teachers, and just coordinate his people all together. It's just a beautiful thing how the Most High moves. And you know, today I want to really get this brother's take on this whole situation. If you watching, brother, whenever you come in, I'll catch you backstage. But you know, I want to share something from Comedy Hype, and this brother is very familiar with Comedy Hype. He's went viral multiple times on their particular channel, and that's why I tagged him. Salute, what's going on, Comedy Hype? Y'all bring a lot of very valid information. Shout out to y'all. I want to actually share something from Comedy Hype, and I'm hoping he can react to it when he gets on. I don't know if he's seen this. He may have seen this video, but I was looking at this video, and I also looked at the altercation, the situation that took place with Dave Chappelle on the stage. And I've seen various debates about, was Dave Chappelle wrong for circling back and making sure that it was an example that was made out of that rogue individual. And you know, I've seen various debates, so it's great to see it from a comedian's perspective, but I'm going to share this video real briefly. And matter of fact, Brandon is in backstage. I'm gonna let the brother in, and I'm gonna also pull the video up so the brother can actually react to this. I'm not sure if he's seen this, but it's a lot going on with the comedians right now, and I like to get his take on this. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the man, the legend, the philanthropist, the man who's been holding it down for the nation of Israel, the man who has dual citizenship in Hollywood and Israel. Can't too many people do that, ladies and gentlemen. So look, let's get the engagement up. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Everybody thumb the video up. Everybody hit it with the flame emojis. And let's bring in brother Brandon T. Jackson.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, family? What's going on?
What's going on? I can barely hear you. I don't know if it's my mic or your mic. I think it's on my side. But I'm gonna try my best to interact away. Yeah, man, they beating us up out here, man.
For real, man. It's crazy because I remember in our first conversation we had, I was asking you, I said, brother, you think it's some kind of conspiracy against comedians, or do you feel like comedians are in some type of danger? Because I mean, look at the series of events. I'm not trying to sound like no conspiracy theorist or anything to that degree, but we got the Will Smith situation. Will Smith and Chris Rock. On top of that, there was a situation with T.I., you know, him trying to get into comedy, which I would like to, you know, get your thoughts on that as well. But he rushed the stage. It was a little altercation there. And then on top of that, you got this situation right now with none other than man, Dave Chappelle, a comedy legend, bro. Like, so let me ask
you think it's an attack on truth? Because comedians, we can say whatever we want, but we be telling the truth. Like, it's funny, but you know what I mean? Like, I mean, we tell the truth, you know? So I don't know. It's like, do people just want everybody to go back to sleep? Because we the last hope of truth, if you think about it, where, and I'm not saying nobody is telling the truth, but we actually can get things to the masses and say what we need to say. And I don't know if it's a spirit that's coming on these demons, and they're like, they don't want us talking. But like, it's funny because I'm gonna let you play the video.
Yeah,
because I want to see this video real quick.
Okay, I got you. Let's go ahead and pull that up. And this is directly from Comedy Hype. Fair use. Federal law allows citizens to redistribute portions of copyright material for the purposes of teaching, edification, and so forth. And we're going to make sure that this is transformative. Oh, it's actually another video here.
I see it.
Let's see. Actually, this is the very moment here.
To be real,
sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually the very moment where it took place. I'm gonna share this real quick in case those didn't catch it, and then I'm gonna go pull that video up for y'all. We're gonna actually react to the actual altercation for those who didn't see it first and foremost.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip hop history.
All right, this is the one right here. Yeah, man, that's some dangerous stuff, right?
Yeah, but it's like that wasn't even a good attack.
Yeah, you know what the crazy part is about
that
it.
Was
like,
a horror. Yeah,
he
was definitely not. He definitely wasn't a linebacker in high school. I'll tell you that.
Oh, sorry about that, brother.
Wait, I gotta see this.
That was like the worst attempt of a tackle.
Yeah, it absolutely was.
And you see him all beat up all after. Like,
yeah, man, he took a real L, man. He took a real L. I mean, that he made an example out of him. I seen a lot of people debating whether or not he should have circled back and did what he did. Now, let me ask you this while I pull up this other video. Do you believe that in that situation he should have been made an example of?
What you mean? Like on what level?
On the level that he received. The punishment he pretty much got.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Because of all of the attacks that has taken place against comedians. Like, as a comedian, do you believe that that's something that needed to be a representation of? If you run up on this stage, that's what it is.
See, the next thing is gonna be a comedian that can fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm training right now, because I'm like, if y'all want to play that game, then we just gonna scrabble. And it's funny, Cat's gonna take the side of the comedians.
Real talk.
Because one day it's gonna be a comedian that can squab, because they don't think comics is real people. They think they just jokesters and blah 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 blah. It's like, nah, Cats is real people.
Exactly. And this is actually the video I meant to go to from Comedy Hype. I apologize, but let me play this for you, bro. Let's see it's only a couple minutes here.
Of Isaiah Lee tackling Dave Chappelle as he was ending his set. We're still dealing with the aftermath and fallout of Isaiah Lee tackling Dave Chappelle as he was ending his set for the Netflix Is a Joke Festival at the Hollywood Bowl. On Thursday night, during an impromptu show at the Comedy Store on the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles, Chappelle revealed that he convinced police to let him speak to Isaiah Lee. According to TMZ, Chappelle told people in attendance that Lee told him this was all about getting attention for his grandmother, who had been forced out of her neighborhood due to gentrification. Shortly after Chappelle began his comedy set, he was joined on stage by Chris Rock, where the two joked about what had happened. Dave said, "At least you got smacked by someone of repute. I got smacked by a homeless guy with leaves in his hair. Chris I got smacked by the softest that ever rapped." That night before, Chappelle spoke to an audience at another stand-up comedy show where he first broke his silence. "I felt good my friends broke his arm. I felt good. How bad does it have to be that Jon Stewart would stomp him? Those are very powerful friends, and I'm sharing this night with people I love very much." The day after the attack, Dave's publicist, Carl Sims, released a statement that read, "The performances by Chappelle at the Hollywood Bowl were epic and record-breaking, and he refuses to allow Tuesday's incident to overshadow the magic of this historic moment." Dave Chappelle celebrated 4 nights of comedy and music, setting record-breaking sales for a comedian at the Hollywood Bowl. This run ties Chappelle with Monty Python for the most headline shows by any comedian at the Hollywood Bowl, reaching 70,000 fans of diverse backgrounds during the first Netflix Is a Joke, the festival. Sims would later clarify Dave's original comments immediately after the attack, saying that neither Jamie Foxx, Jon Stewart, and Busta Rhymes threw a punch or participated in the removal of Lee. On Thursday, it was announced that the district attorney's office said there was not enough evidence to charge Lee with the felony. Now, prosecutors in Los Angeles have filed 4 misdemeanor charges against Lee. Many comedians, including Howie Mandel and Howard Stern, spoke out against the incident. Kevin Hart was another notable name that chimed in. While a guest on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Hart said, "Somebody ran on stage and got their whooped. It's one of those things that needed to happen. Do you want people to continue to think that they can cross that line and break the barrier of entertainer and audience? Somebody getting their whooped sends a message out there to people that was like, I was thinking about doing that, but seeing that, I don't really want to do that." But what do you guys think about Chappelle and Rock's comments after the attack? Let us know in the comments below. Stay up to date with the latest in news and comedy by subscribing here to our YouTube channel. Follow Comedy Hype across all social media, and look out for original content on our streaming service at comedyhype.com. For Comedy Hype News,
man, those were some strong statements they made.
Well, the Joker was one of the most villains of Gotham City, and he was very strong.
Hold on. Yes. All right, let's go. Sorry about that. Go ahead, brother.
I said the Joker was not nothing to joke with.
Yeah, real talk.
You know, people think that comedians are just like these little silly people. Comedians are very intelligent. It takes a lot of intelligence to do comedy, to see the world a certain way and twist it and make fun of it. So it's like, I'm happy that the dude, I wish I was there to throw a punch. That Detroit would have came out, and I would have had. I got a lot of aggression, anyways, going forth right now. That I'm praying the most. That's why we put it in comedy, because we have a lot of aggression. So shout out to Dave Chappelle, shout out to the clowns. and the gestures and the brothers, the jokers and all the comedians and the comics and ones who understand that, you know, comedy is definitely a sport and it's nothing to play with, believe it or not. I'm getting back in it stronger. I'm getting back in my music bag. I'm getting back in everything I can get that God gave me the talent to do right now. And I'm excited about it. I mean, I just was talking to some promoters today, and it's time to get to work, man. It's a good time. I think it's a great time to be a comedian because when you're talking truth, people got to know it. In Israel, it's time for Israel to understand that it's time for them to come forth in a real way in culture, not in just a bunch of preaching. It's like we got to bring the culture to the world. So,
Absolutely.
you
And
know,
hey, I noticed, man, a lot of comedians come from real tough cities. Like Detroit ain't no joke. And you've been in the
yeah,
midst of a lot of brothers, you know, like Martin Lawrence came from Washington, D.C. You've been in the midst of a lot of greats. And why do you think it is that a lot of comedians come from those type of environments? What is it?
man. Honestly, because it's where the darkness it brings the light. You know what I mean? Like that darkness, that force that we have that we got to make fun of, and it's actually a survival mechanism too. Like
Right,
comedy survival for us. Like you understand, like that's how we was able to survive because we have to serve our enemies. And if you know in the scripture, this is like you got four options. You're gonna be a basketball player, you're gonna sell dope, you're gonna do comedy, or you're gonna sing.
right,
Those are your options in Babylon. Figure it out. Pick one. You know what I'm saying? Or be a working class citizen, start a business. Cool. But if you want to get to a certain level of just being able to sustain your kids or children, comedy is a great way to do it. Making a name in comedy is always a good way to do it. And them tough cities make you strong. You know. See,
absolutely.
all my fathers, I mean fathers and uncles, they was from like the real, you know, dope boy fresh vibes and stuff, and then they turned into pastors, and I kind of came up in kind of a social political, you know, street type vibe.
Right.
So my
Yeah,
world is a little bit more social political, you know what I mean?
right.
So you know, it's where it's how you make a lemonade. And you know, I just think Israel right now, we gotta have some good, we gotta have some fun, you know, in a way where, you know, we understand that we need to come back to the Most High, but at the same time, we need to love each other. And I think that culture we gotta bring. We need some more Israelite comedians.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you're paving the way. You're paving the
Sheesh.
way for Israelite comedians. And that's a very interesting position to be in. And, you know, and I see an attack, and I want to scale back just a little bit just to get your premises on this, right? You stated earlier, like comedians, they seem to be under attack because you're able to speak the truth. It's something,
Yeah.
it's something about comedy where they really can't attack your freedom of speech. It's a
Hmm.
joke. It's a joke, and they can't do that. So now it's like the powers that be, whoever it is, they trying to intimidate brothers from speaking the truth. And in a Dave Chappelle situation, right? I labeled this video assassination attempt for a reason. You know what I mean? And the reason I labeled it that way is because I noticed how the world is kind of trying to denigrate what it was. You know, yeah, the man took a L. He took a crucial L. He was looking like a grasshopper. He had his arms turned back. You know, he got folded, bent, chopped,
And
screwed.
what that got to do with gentrification?
Right,
Like
real
what
talk.
what attacking Dave Chappelle got to do with gentrification? People
Exactly.
crazy, man.
Exactly. And you know, Dave Chappelle, he stepped up and said some things about a certain, you know, demographic, a certain community. Let me ask you, do you believe that they are behind? Well, how can I ask this? Well,
Oh,
Holly,
was that dude part of the Rainbow Coalition?
well, it stated that he, you know, he did a little bit of, you know, strange activities on his platforms and whatnot. But he was definitely a up and coming rapper, a wannabe rapper. He went by
Well,
the
he's
name.
a wannabe rapper, but is he in the
Yep.
community of the LGBT community?
He hasn't formally acknowledged himself
He
as that.
looked like he is.
Yeah, he does. He does. He definitely looks like he is, but he didn't, you know, formally acknowledge himself as that. Which
So
many
you know,
people don't identify with that. But do you think
I
it's
believe I believe that seems very you know, our people are all over the place in different sections, The children of Israel are all over the place in different religions and different sects, and it's just showing you the curses that we got on us. You know what I mean? And it just don't stop. Like
For sure,
like
yeah.
dog, like that was the worst tackle ever. Like that was a cursed tackle. Like you could tell you cursed because you didn't even tackle him right.
Right, real
You know what I'm
talk.
saying? That was if the children of Israel can't see they cursed with that whack assassination attempt, that was a horrible assassination. You can't even do that right. So
Exactly.
so he probably was in the Rainbow Coalition, and that's on him. And he's
Right.
probably mad at Dave Chappelle talking about the situation. And everybody want to be equality, you got to be equally ready to take a joke. But no, it's always special when it comes to one crew of people. No,
Exactly.
nah, man, we shutting that down. Like, no, just too sensitive. Stop.
Yeah, real talk. So, when it comes to comedy in regards to that, do you feel as a comedian that, especially one that's conscious, that know what's going on in the truth, do you feel as a comedian there are certain things that are just going to really ruffle some feathers and it'll make you a target?
Man, the stuff I talk about definitely will make me a target. But at the same time, I'm trying to find a way to kind of not dumb it down, because my comedy is a little bit too deep right now. I gotta dumb it down a little bit just for the masses. Cause once you have that knowledge, you know too much, and then it's like you trying to, and you a visionary. Whew.
Mhm.
So I gotta slow down, take it one step at a time, and just kind of hit the bag. Cause the one Most High get a hold of you, he'll show you some things, and people will think you talk. Bro, I did a bit. I did Ezekiel. I think it's not 37, 50. Let me see which one. We was talking about this today. Not 27. Is when when the Most High is talking about how he feels about Israel.
Yep.
They start walking out. I was like, God, think you guys are whores.
Wow.
Black folks, you guys are whores. All of y'all, you guys, Most High divorced you. I was going in, and
Oh man.
it was so bad, and everybody started walking out, and I was like, and I was a little, disobedient to the Father. I came out the law a little bit when I was drinking. I'm not doing that no more, but
Well,
it was crazy because I was doing some real heavy material about how God feel about black folks until we come back to Him, and it was funny, but it was still real. Like I was like, it's like if because Johnny Depp going through a divorce, I said, let me show you what we did to God. I said, it's like we invited all these dudes over. We was a whore, but not only did we was a whore, we invited all these dudes over the house. And Israel being the wife of the Most High, we slept with these dudes in the house. And not just that, the scripture is saying that, like how Johnny Depp is going through a divorce, right? It's like
absolutely.
all the dudes was wearing Pirates of the Caribbean hats on while smashing her.
Wow.
That's what Israel did to the Most High God.
Yeah, the
We
betrayal.
gave all of our jewels to every nation and was a whore to them. I said that, everybody started walking out. So I got to figure out how to dumb it down, but it was real.
Yeah, the truth really stings,
Our
man.
people
And
got to come back to the Most High and just apologize. That's all He asking us to do, and
absolutely.
love Him. But I said that, man. Most black
Right.
girls is Christian. They think they saved and the salvation is done. Man, they figured out that day that they wasn't.
Right. And I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you something, brother. It takes a lot of conviction, and you know that light is in you where it comes out on stage. Hold on, I'm about to tell y'all what it is, who y'all are, what we did, how we fail. Hey, that's how you do it, though. I mean, it
They were
comes.
so happy telling y'all want to hear how God feel about y'all? Yeah. Y'all want to hear it? Yeah. You guys are whores.
Hey, sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be like
I
that.
was like, God think you guys are whores. You're not
Yeah.
saved. There's no salvation until we come back to Him. They was like, okay.
Now, a brother such as yourself with these convictions, man, having dual citizenship, as we eloquently put it earlier, being able
Yes.
to be on that side of the fence in entertainment and be on the side of, listen, I love my people, and it comes out, and this is what it is. Let me ask you, how do you juggle that? Number one, this is a two-parter right here. Number one, how do you juggle that? Number two, is it what made you, what convicted you that you seen in that entertainment realm that even made you go to the other side of what's real, what's biblical, who we are as
You
people?
saying being a sheep in wolf's clothing?
Absolutely.
How is it to be a sheep in wolf's clothing? You know, it's some people, you know, sometimes you gotta look like a wolf. You know,
That's real talk. Hey, that's real talk.
sometimes
You
you
know,
gotta
a lot. Mhm.
just look like a wolf. So this is hard, bro. Because you got some. I lose followers every day because nobody know what side I'm on,
Right.
and it's annoying. I gotta be honest. I hate it, to be honest, but I think people will get it later. It's one of those things where they get it. Oh, he was. It's like, shut up. I hate that. Oh, now you get it when the nigga. Nah, dog.
Right.
Nah, when you either old or dead, it's like, nah, nigga, y'all should have been got this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's annoying about it. It's like, yeah, duh. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yeah, I
But
get it. Hey, you know how it
it's annoying, bro.
right. People don't understand visionaries until they're gone. We seen
Nah,
that.
that nah.
We seen that with Malcolm X. A lot of people didn't understand Malcolm X. Where he was, they didn't get it. They thought he was too rogue. They thought he was too abrupt. They didn't like it back then. But now we see a lot of things like, yo, that's what they were talking about.
He was saying common sense though, and then like we don't have a roadmap to what I'm already saying.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
crazy to me. It's like we don't have a roadmap. We have a roadmap to what I'm talking about, and what you're talking about is like, and they just can't seem to get it. But
All
it is
right.
what it is. You gotta just take you gotta just take the punches, man. But comedy is a way to, he said, the joy of the Most High is my strength. So that's the way for me to kind of, you know,
Absolutely. Keep it
yeah.
balanced. And so what awakened you, my brother? How was your initial awakening in this truth, knowing that we the children of Israel that the Bible speak of? How
Well,
what
I grew up in a primary. I grew up in a very strong. People understand. Very. I keep saying it's faith community. I grew up in a very strong faith community to this day. My dad is one of the biggest pastors in the world. So understanding that, you know, I always wondered why we was only. And I grew up in a Jewish community. So
wow,
I grew up in
you
a
know that.
Pentecostal church, non-denominational, and a Jewish community. So when you start to put those two together, you start to really read the scriptures and understand the communities. Why are we not blessed? And why are these people controlling everything? Why are certain people controlling these things? And when you start listening to the rabbis, and they're saying that the original Jews were black, and children of Israel, lost tribes. You see the stuff on the commercials with the little network, get the lost tribes of Israel. I'm like, what are the lost tribes? So then when I went to Hollywood, I realized that okay, things are controlled by the same power forces. Then I realized, wait a minute, we don't own nothing. Then I put the two and two together. It was like, wait a minute. Then I saw a video on YouTube, and it connected the dots. It was always a thought, like, why are we always behind? It's because we are cursed people until the Most High lifts this curse off of us. So
Absolutely.
you
And
know,
in the midst of being in Hollywood, man, that's amazing, man. That makes you a real rare. That's a rare case, and I really want to know, how was Hollywood? Were you born for it? Were you just destined to do what you did?
yeah, I made that promise to the Almighty, and I say this in every interview, and it skips over people's heads. I said, Most High, if you make me famous, I'll build your kingdom on the earth. I said that. I don't even know what that even means. I still don't kind of know what it means, but I do. I'm just kind of following what's going on. I'm
Right.
seeking the Father right now because I'm really in a place where I don't want to deal with Israel like that no more. And I love my people. It's not because I don't love them. It's just because it's too hard sometimes. When it's time to get together for Satan, everybody knows what we're supposed to do. But anytime it's Israel, like, why don't no one knows what's going? Everyone's doing a different script, and we got the same Bible. But when it's the actor, when we got a script for a film, we all got the same script, and we all know what to do. That's why I don't
Exactly.
understand what's going on. How are
Right.
we all reading the same Bible and doing something different?
Hey, there's a lot of hypocrisy that goes on within our people. there's a spirit of preeminence that also takes place with our people. Everybody got to be the HNIC. And that spirit right there alone keeps us from unifying.
But the Most High is the king. See, that's arrogance.
Exactly.
And he gave a specific instruction on what to do. And no one's doing it. So it's like, why do I want to be a part of this movie? Like, God, why would I want to be a part of this movie if no one's doing this, if no one wants to act? It's like being on set and everybody talking about the script but nobody acting. I'm like, I'm going to my trailer, Father. Call me when your children Israel are ready to act. That's what I feel like.
Right. That's understandable. But you know what the Most High has done in the midst of all of this? He's made it practical. He's applied, and he's made it so you can actually apply. You have done practical application, which is something a lot of people in the nation of Israel aren't doing. I mean, as a whole, we're talking about our people, our bloodline. They're not doing practical application. And you have. The Most High allowed you to be able to put out what we call love notes, aka kingdom currency. And I want to talk a little bit about that because that's something tangible right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that you can touch, you can grab. It's built in love. It's in the spirit of charity and honor. And I was reading from the book of Luke earlier where it says the kings, the rich men, the rulers, they put in gifts into the treasury. Meaning we got all of these leaders, we got all this camp here, ABCD 1, 2, 3, NWA, all these. I'm being facetious, but we got all these groups, we got all these leaders, we got all these renowned people, but they're not coming together as a nation and putting gifts into the treasury. And that's important because if you really want to,
makes no sense, bro. That's why it's scams. Everybody is just doing what they want to do for their group, and that's not what the Most High said. He said he wants a united nation, and that's what he said. And I'm a junior elder on the United Nation of Israel. We have a currency called the kingdom currency backed in Almighty's love. Like, we're doing what God said to do. When Israel ready, we'll be here. Like, there's nothing else you can deny with that. Absolutely. That God said he's going to bring a united nation. If you're not preaching that, then you're not preaching with the Torah and the Tanakh, what the Tanakh said, the prophet said. You're not declaring what God said was going to happen. God said he's going to unite the nations. And why no one's talking about this? No one's talking about the Tanakh. When God said he's going to unite Israel and put us in our own land, that should be the only thing Israel talking about, is uniting. Oh, we got to wait for Shiloh, Ak. We got to wait for this, Ak. We got to wait. Man, get it, man, come on. Can two walk together lest they agree? We all agree on what? A nation.
Exactly. And the scriptures
also, bro, they're trying to collect people. I'm over it. I'm out of it. I don't even care. I'm like, Father, call me. I'm going to seek you. I'm going to go seek what you want me to do individually. I'm taking care of my individual house. And the brothers and sisters need help. I'm here. But, bro, preaching, I'm going to let the other brothers do with the people that's talking about a united nation. That's all it should be on everybody's lips right now.
Exactly. And you know what, brother? The Bible also tells us that the kingdom of heaven is like merchants bringing their merchandise from a land afar. And it also says the kingdom of heaven is with man, meaning what we're supposed to be doing is building like a nation. What that means is if I'm carrying some merchandise, if I have something tangible, if I have something practical, and I'm traveling and I'm going to a distant land and I have nothing to offer, then I am no good. But see, the problem is people are too fixated with serving Esau's king. They won't let go of a dilapidated fallen nation. That's the problem. That is really the biggest problem.
They love white daddy.
They love it. They love something, but they claim to hate it. They claim to be outraged. But anytime something's tangible put in place, they don't want to go ahead and do what needs to be done. That's the issue right here. And let me just state this too for everybody who's tuning in.
Now I can hear you. Thank God. Thank the Most High. I couldn't even hear you half of the time you was talking. Praise the Most High. Now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure what's going on with the audio.
No, it's good. I can hear you perfectly now.
Okay, all praises, all praises. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this as well. We got to support our interests, and it's bigger than having love for myself. It's bigger than having love for brothers such as Brandon T. Jackson. This is bigger than us. We're a nation of people. You got to have love for your people. The Bible says charity cover the multitudes of sins. So for everybody who is sending me contributions via newbreed.love, you're sending me contributions for your nation. You're actually not sending me contributions. You're actually supporting your people. Because what we're doing with these love notes are helping nonprofit organizations, are helping people to eat. That it's not about you supporting me. What I did initially was I told everybody to take the Cash App contributions, the same thing you would send, instead of sending it through Cash App with the serpent, with the staff going through it. I told you to send it to newbreed.love. But what people did was they sent and they thought they were buying something. And when love notes, maybe a couple here and there were late, but the staff been doing a phenomenal job. Everybody received their love notes. But when it was a few late here and there, you would have people come in the wrong spirit and say things like, yo, I bought my love note and I ain't got it yet. You didn't buy anything. You were showing charity to your people. And as a token of our appreciation as a nation of people who are taking their riches and putting it in a treasury, that's a token of love. That's a token of appreciation. So when you're saying that I'm buying something, you bought into an economic system of Babylon, because that's not what it's about. It's about being charitable. It's about paying it forward. So we got to get in the right spirit as people if we're gonna make our nation come together and actually build something.
We got to have a storehouse for our nation, guys. The love notes, it works like this. It is not a capitalistic, it's kingdomnomics. Kingdomnomics is everyone has. Isaiah 58. Also, when the Most High says that there shall be no one poor amongst Israel. Why? Because we have more than enough to give to each other. And we have more than enough economics to make sure that everyone will be able to survive. So there's so many people out here that needs food. There's people that like Hebrew Pantry. Shout out to her who gives free food that gets shipped to people's houses. Shout out to Hebrew Care. This is what it's about. The love notes that you guys are getting, these are exactly to redistribute charity to our people, not to go into Brandon Jackson's pockets, not to go into New Breed's pockets. New Breed has been, and I can say this, has been a righteous man with everything he has gotten with the currency. I've watched him. I see what he's doing. He's helping bring other people up. We're making sure we support each other's businesses, and we make sure we support each other's households. You know how many Hebrew Israelites are on GoFundMe? Then now we got a better version of GoFundMe where we all are winning. And now people want to complain about, oh, I didn't get my love note. No, we are a charitable culture. We are a culture that everyone, if I got it, you got it, spirit. We're bringing that back into Israel. So when we talk about the love notes, you're not buying nothing. That's just discounts for you to go and support your people and pay things forward for our businesses. So if you're a love note holder, you got to understand these are places where you can go and support your people, and then maybe go buy something for somebody in need. Like if there's a New Breed t-shirt, maybe you want to get 2 of them, you get a discount on it, and you send one to your brothers for free that may need something. Or if there's food, and we have a merchant up there that has a food business or a soap business or a skincare business. Some people may need skincare for a year. You may pay it forward with your love note, buy love notes and pay it forward, and get a discount on a pay it forward method, and then send soap to your sisters so they can need it. It's a full gifting, barter, loving each other system where we all give unto each other, which is the body of the anointed, which is the United Nation of Israel. This is our economy. If I got it, you got it. That is kingdom currency. This is the love, the first currency backed on love of the Almighty and his people. That is the mindset of the economics. First is charity. Absolutely. You can take some for yourself, for your family, and give unto others. That's how it works.
And if I could, let me chime in with Proverbs 19 and 17. He that have pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Lord, and that which he have giveth, he will pay him again. See, a lot of people don't understand that, the reason why brothers are in good situations, brothers are not struggling, brothers are not starving. Don't think that for a second. But the reason why brothers be in good situations that they're in is because they had charitable hearts.
Come
You
on now.
understand? It comes back around full circle. And I don't think people understand that. We want you to have the same abundance that we received.
Brother, can I say this to New Breed? I'm
Absolutely.
going to Dubai with my family in September. We just booked a trip. And they built that place in 6 years.
Wow.
And we can't build a city for the Most High in 6 years. We make so much money, so much stuff. We should have at least one storehouse for the nation. And we should have our trustees who we all trust. And if they do something against the Most High, they will be put on public display. Never trust these people. We have to have order in the United Nation of Israel. And this is what we need to be talking about. Everybody in Israel needs to be talking about. God, unite us and repent. God, we are sorry, unite us. God, we're sorry, unite us. And charity, nothing else. Exactly. That's the main thing. We could talk about all the stuff that we do. We can have some shows, have a good time. But at the end of the day, like the preacher used to take up the offering, we're going to say, Father, we're sorry for what we've done. Move on our nation. We done had a good time tonight. Move on our nation to be the light of the world. And then we're going to go do charity.
Absolutely.
Who needs food?
Yep.
Who needs gas?
Everybody.
Who needs clothes? Put your name on this list. Here's this cabinet going to send it to you. This person's going to pay it forward. That's the kingdom's currency. If I got it, you got it. Who got a house? Let me stay at your house. Let me hang out with you. Let's just have a good dinner. Who got the food? I got it. You got it. I got it. But we lost these things, bro, in our community.
Hey, that's the absolute facts. When you go to, when you go to these scriptures, it tell you in 1 John chapter 3, verse 17, but whosoever have this world's good and see if his brother have need and shut up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God that's in him? How can we be out here preaching and we're not feeding people? My stomach growling, man. I ain't trying to hear chapter and verse right now.
Yeah, right. Eat these pages. It's like, no, I need some food too.
Yeah, our people are out here, going through the worst, man. The bottom of the totem pole. And let me tell you something. If we wasn't responsible with the Most High giving us, he would strike us down with madness. He would destroy us because we've been convicted. We were born to be in this time to help our people out. He's always going to send people out there to make sure that we are promoting charitable acts and charitable works unto the Most High. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to stop feeding into the beast system and actually build with each other. We got to start pouring back in.
What are we afraid of? We got everything we need. Everybody should be getting love notes while he's talking. Everybody should be keeping, just because you got one, give another one to somebody else. These are contributions you were already giving to a New Breed. You was already giving to the brother. He's about to bring so many other people up through this. So you're not giving to just him. You're giving to your brothers and your sisters and everybody too. And then you're getting something in return as a token of appreciation to go then support your brothers and sisters with paying things forward and making it. We're going to take the money and we're going to go and support and do charitable acts also. So it's a full circle of us circulating wealth within our community. And the Most High God gave me this because I can go individually and go make money. I can go individually and go do comedy. I can go, and that was one of the reasons that will maybe wake up. I forgot to tell you this. I was literally like doing all these autographs and stuff, and I was already waking up doing lottery ticket. And I realized, like, dang, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm taking these pictures. Yeah, I'm an inspiration to these the different hoods and different places and all the hoods. And it was things in my spirit was like, this don't feel right. Like I'm doing good, but everybody not doing well. What's the problem? And I felt I just got mad and I started doing that speech on lottery ticket. And that's where that came from. I just got tired of seeing everybody else being broken down and not understanding. And we are we got the Most High's love. And
so in that root scene, you wasn't acting.
I wasn't acting. That was improv.
Wow.
And the spirit came over me.
Wow. I mean, you could tell the Holy Spirit was in that scene. That scene right there was the whole movie. I mean, that was the best scene of the movie, bro. Real talk.
Yeah, the Spirit was on me on that one, and then from that, it was like I started to try to figure out solutions for our people. Just at least we have some water to drink. So, you know, I pray that people understand the real trueness of the love notes, and I think we got to keep pushing it, keep letting them understand. You guys are contributing to the new breed, anyways. He's saying this is the form of the way you contribute from now on. You guys are already contributing. Don't do nothing different. If you get 20, 30 love notes, if you get 10, it's just like pressing the like button. It's like pressing the love button. You love it, you support him. This is what he's doing. I'm a witness in the mouth of two witnesses. We got 3 witnesses. We can, if you guys ever even want to see the books, y'all gonna see everything we're doing with these things. So make sure you guys understand we have everything on a ledger. Everything is transparent. You got technology that can show where money's gone. So it's so transparent.
And it's so interesting how you brung out the fact that, listen, bro, I could have been doing comedy shows on my own. I could have been, doing this a certain way. It's interesting how you brung that out, because we both would put at those crossroads in which I could easily put merchandising on YouTube. You see the little merchandising at the bottom of the screen. I can leave Cash App up. I could say, you know what? No, I could just say, gimme, like every other content creator. But that's not what I'm doing. I would rather that, let me explain it to you like this. From the inception of my channel, when I started YouTube, I didn't have there was no monetization button when I started. None whatsoever. I was just doing it. And then once it was a monetization button and I started making a living for myself, in the back of my mind for years now, it's like, how can I help my people? I can't. The Lord is not going to. The Lord doesn't want us to just be selfish, even if it's just giving out of your heart what you can give, as the scriptures say, because he's not judging on what you give, but as long as you helping your people and supporting them. Like I said, what is something I can do constant instead of giving it to the pastor that's not teaching the truth, the camps that's hiding the truth, or just morally degraded in the fiber of their assembly. Like, how can I help my people? And the Most High answered that. He answered that, and that's why I'm so I'm grateful to be a part of what these brothers are building. These are my brothers right here.
No, we're building this. This is the kingdom of Yehuda that's building this. Exactly. That's what we got to understand, y'all. We are one kingdom. We are one family. It ain't just one. Everybody got a piece. Most High gave me a visionary brand. He gave me comedy and films. He gave his brother New Breed music and a powerful YouTube channel and influence amongst the nation. Everybody has their piece. So we have to come and bring them together. My partner, who's a good brother, counselor, Witizah, who was understanding, he said, we're like a broken mirror. And the love is going to bring the glue to the mirror back together with us. Everybody got a piece. And we got to bring the broken mirror back together. And we got to just be a culture again and be a family again. And thank you guys who are donating and giving to with the love notes. We appreciate you. We see you. Thank you. If you guys, we're going to have videos on how the economy works, how the kingdom economy works, because it's a different economy. This is not capitalism. This is kingdomnomics. And I'll be teaching on kingdomnomics a lot during the time. I'm actually putting videos together on kingdomnomics so people can understand how it works. So if you guys want to ever go back to the videos, you can say, well, I don't get it. We're putting together materials to understand how does the Most High's kingdom work in economics. It's in the scriptures. No man should be poor amongst Israel.
Yep.
So if I got it, you got it. Exactly. That's how we are. And we will have actual infrastructures in place to prove the data. So you're not preaching say, I'm giving this, I'm giving it. You're going to have a website that you can go to see all the merchants that we're giving and we're donating, and the nonprofits and the food and the things that we got going on. And this is going to take time to build, but we're building very efficiently, and we're excited about working this like ASAP, because you guys got to understand the love notes is not you buying something, it's you supporting our brother New Breed, as you always supported him. So keep dropping love notes as you drop donations before.
Absolutely.
And when you get them, give some away.
Yes. And let me say this in 2 Corinthians 9:7, it says, every man according as his purpose in his heart. So let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loveth a cheerful giver. So don't give to me, give because you're cheerfully uplifting your people.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be the mindset. I'm nobody's idol. I'm just a mere man. I'm a mere human being that the Most High God, I'm one of God's chosen. I will say that, but I'm a person. So
Mm-hmm.
don't buy into me. Don't buy into my image. Don't buy into any of that. Buy in the fact that you love your people. That you
And
glad.
buy into obedience to the Most High. Stop. Don't worship us. We're just here to reinforce His obedience, and we're putting infrastructures to make it so our obedience can be shown amongst the nations. And that's all we're doing. This is just a utility. So when we was going Cash App, everybody wanted to do Cash App.
Yep.
Everybody was cool with that. When we was on the Devil's platform, everybody was cool. The moment we created New Breed's platform, people was getting upset. Yeah, so you rather support him on the Devil's platform than his own? Nah, we're not gonna have that, y'all. I love y'all, but nah, that don't even make sense.
Yeah, it's almost like when people seen that Cash App sign disappear and it was New Breed.love instead, they was like, yo, I'm gonna go check this out. And then this is the thing, you have people that'll go check it out to see if they'll get their love note. And it's a lot of agents and people and little things like that as well. But you have people go over there and check it out, but they're buying into the love note. Well, I want to buy this love note. No, you're contributing to your people, the economy of your people, the nation of your people, those who are in need. You are doing a charitable act, and in return, you're getting love. Just like the Most High, when we give charitably to when you out there and somebody's homeless and they're struggling and they need food and you give to them and you go home and all of a sudden you done got a check, all the money then came back that you done gave away. And listen, if you don't haven't experienced that, you're not doing God's work.
Exactly. And that happens.
Yep. It happens just like that. You'll give the Most High command you to give somebody something. You'll give it to him and he'll pay you back sometimes tenfold.
Yep.
See, that's one thing the churches didn't have wrong, ladies and gentlemen. You give out of charity. There's so many scriptures on that. And they don't have to be giving to me. You giving to your people. The Most High God set up trusted officials that were given to the treasury according to Luke 21 chapter. And they're going to have to, we have to sacrifice for our people because the Most High God is going to hold us accountable. You have real people who really fear the Lord still left on this planet. So I like that it's shrouded in trust. Trust is necessary. We don't trust our people. That's the issue. We don't trust our people so much so that we'll try our best to expose, dox, hurt, look for a mote in thy brother's eye when you got a tree branch sticking out of yours. You trying everything, every excuse in the book to not support your people because of a lack of trust. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all a little quick story real quick. In the state of Georgia, I was trying to start an LLC with the word trust in it. You know what Georgia say? You know what they said? You can't start an LLC with the word trust. We won't approve of that. Wow. That's deep, ain't it, ladies and gentlemen? They don't want us setting up LLCs with the name trust. You know how powerful the word trust is.
Because they know the law of God. And the law of God is built on trust. That's why it says that from the royal house of King David's trust. Because the trust that the Almighty and the covenant he made with King Dawid is going to rain down on the nation based on what he said of his mercies. That love note is built strictly on scriptures and understanding how the Most High is going to raise up his nation in his time. And it's like people don't even see it. It's like it's right in front of you. It's written. So we're not doing nothing that's not in scripture. And we appreciate you guys for supporting. And we're not gonna just be telling y'all, bashing y'all, but we want to say that we need to build our culture. We need to love each other, and we need to do this very simple. And it doesn't have to be a bunch of just mad arguing. We're gonna have concerts. We're gonna have retreats we got coming up. We're gonna have things that's beautiful, that we're able to love each other. The United Nation of Israel is here for everybody. This is your nation, one nation under Yah. If you want to be under one nation under God, you could go to America. If you want to be one nation under Yahuwah, the Most High, because that's not God, don't mean the Most High on your dollar bill. We're one nation under the Almighty Sovereign God. So if you guys want to be in America and understanding, we know we got a deal until we're free. But right now, the Most High has given us ways to gather and understand what we used to be. A united nation of Israel. And he's reestablishing that nation. And we're going to keep preaching that because that's what we need to know. And we need to understand that we got to come back to the Almighty. September 16th, 2023, the International Day of Repentance will be there down in Washington, D.C. We're going to be talking about that. We have a lot going on in the United Nations, Israel. We got a lot of great singers, great rappers, great people in our nation. And it's time for the Lion of Judah to raise up and become one stick with the United Nation of Israel. We have to be that people, and we have to love each other, and we have to just do the simple things so God can move on our nation.
Absolutely.
So that's where we at.
Well, thank you for coming through, my brother, and quantifying.
Thank you.
Man, it's been a blessing having you on the show. I'm going to stay for a bit and do some closing sentiments. But
if y'all see me on stage, don't be attacking me. I promise. Get the most. Hey, it's gonna be some hellfire on y'all.
Hey, if
and
you
I got hands. Don't be playing. don't get it twisted.
Yeah, hey, you run up.
Don't let Dawid come out. Brandon T. Jackson be on stage, but Dawid come out. That's a whole different monster.
Real talk. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, brother. We'll be building real shortly, brother. I'm gonna hit you up just in a little bit. Thank you, family.
Appreciate you guys. Love you. Hey, New Breed. Love you guys so much. Y'all stay up and make sure y'all support my brother. And yeah, man, pray for the comedians. We out.
Peace and blessings. Peace. Yeah, that's the brother right there, man. He's dropping some real Jews and knowledge, man. And you know, my closing sentiments, I would like to read this from Israelite King first. 2 Samuel 22:32. For who is God? Save the Lord? ? And who is a rock? Save our God? ? 2 Samuel 22:33. God is my strength and my power, and he maketh my way perfect. Yes, indeed. We got to move. We got to move different going into this summer break we got going on. We got to move different. We got to really participate in the unity among our people, man. And we got good things on the works. Y'all, everybody who wants to do the spiritual Jamaica retreat, sign up really soon. Y'all go ahead and sign up. Hit me up on the WhatsApp group because the spaces are limited. And pretty soon there won't be no availabilities. And a couple days we're going to be doing deposits because we almost have the number we need. Once the deposits are set, that's it for the first retreat. But listen, I love each and every one of y'all. Support this work. Support your people as well. Hey, support your own interests. Pour into the nation, our bloodline, the children of Israel. And newbreed.love. Updates on the website coming real soon. Everybody have their love notes. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed evening. Shalom and peace.